You've probably felt it before. That moment when you read something about the past and suddenly the present makes sense in a completely different way. History isn't just a list of dates and dead people. It's the instruction manual for understanding why the world works the way it does right now. Today we're counting down 5 history books that don't just tell you what happened. They show you why it matters, and more importantly, how it shapes who we are. Number 5. Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. Sapiens is the book that asks a question most people never think to ask. How did we get from hunting and gathering to building civilizations? The author takes you on a journey from 70,000 years ago to today. And the insight that changes everything is this: humans conquered the world because we're uniquely good at believing in shared fictions. Money, nations, religions, laws, none of these things are real in the way that a lion or a tree is real. They only exist because we all agreed they exist. And that single idea, that realization, starts to explain almost everything about how society works. Sapiens is perfect for anyone who feels disconnected from modern life and wants to understand the deep historical roots of why we do what we do. It's a kind of book that makes you look at a dollar bill or a national border differently. Number 4. The Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. This book answers a question that sounds almost too simple. Why did some societies develop faster technology and more advanced civilization than others? Was it intelligence? Character? No. According to Diamond, it was geography. The author examines continents and coastlines, crop domestication, animal domestication, and how these geographic factors created a chain reaction that led some parts of the world to develop iron weapons and disease immunity, while others didn't. It's not about superiority, it's about luck, timing, and geography. Readers often find that this book completely rewires how they think about inequality in the world. It stops being about inherent differences between peoples and becomes about the cards history dealt to different regions. Guns, Germs, and Steel is essential reading for anyone who wants to understand global inequality without the bias of old colonial narratives. Number 3. The Silk Road by Peter Frankopan. Most people learned history as if Europe was the center of the world. But what if the real story was happening on trade routes, stretching from China to the Middle East to Europe? That's what the Silk Road reveals. Frankopan shows how merchants, ideas, religions, and technologies flowed along these ancient routes for over 2,000 years. This isn't a story about military conquest. It's a story about exchange, connection, and how cultures mixed and created the world we know today. The book recenters history away from Europe and toward Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. When you finish reading it, you'll never see world history the same way again. You'll realize that globalization isn't new. We've been trading and connecting across continents for millennia. This is the book for anyone who wants to break free from Western-centric history and understand how civilizations influenced each other. Number 2. The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir. Published in 1949, this philosophy and history book tackles a question that still matters today. What does it mean to be a woman? De Beauvoir argues that women aren't born inferior. They're made inferior by society. She traces through history, mythology, literature, and lived experience to show how women have been defined in relation to men rather than as complete human beings. This isn't a light read, but it's transformative. The book explores how historical and social systems constructed gender, and how those constructions persist even today. Readers often describe it as the moment they understood the roots of inequality they experience. The Second Sex is crucial for anyone who wants to understand how history and society shape identity, and why gender equality is still an ongoing struggle. Number 1. A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. Wait, isn't this a physics book, not history? Technically, yes. But Hawking writes about the history of the universe itself, from the Big Bang to black holes to the nature of time. What makes this book special is that it traces humanity's understanding of the cosmos over centuries. How did we go from thinking the Earth was the center of everything to understanding we're on a small planet in a massive universe? This historical journey of discovery is humbling. Hawking explains complex ideas in language most people can grasp, and he ends with a profound question. If we can understand the laws of the universe, Can we understand God? Or is the universe itself the answer? Readers often say, this book changed how they see their place in existence. It's history and philosophy and science all at once. A Brief History of Time is for anyone who wants perspective on what really matters in the grand scheme of things. So what do all these books have in common? They all challenge the story you were told in school. They all ask bigger questions. And they all share one key insight. Understanding history isn't about memorizing facts. It's about seeing patterns, recognizing how the past shapes the present, and realizing that the world isn't fixed. It's been built by choices, chance, and forces we often don't see. If you felt like history is boring, these books will change that. They'll make you curious again. They'll make you question what you thought you knew. Pick one up. Start with whichever question speaks to you most. And let me know in the comments which of these books you've read, or which one you're adding to your list next. Links to all these books are in the